so nice to see you again.
You too.
I'm so excited to talk about Eva and how she's doing. Thanks for meeting with me.
Absolutely.
All right, so the first thing I wanted to say is that Eva is so eager to learn. She's truly a special addition to the classroom. She always goes out of her way to be kind and friendly to others. You have done such a great job with her.
Thank you.
So the first thing I wanted to mention was her results on the FAST test. The purpose of the FAST is to check for rate, meaning the words that she reads per minute. It looks for her reading accuracy and how she's doing. Eva is below the benchmark for fast word count per minute. As you can see here, she scored a 38 when she should have scored a 90 during the fall. In the winter, she did improve and score a 47, and in the spring, she scored a 59 when she should have been at about 131 words per minute. This means her overall fluency needs work. So fluency can include word decoding, which allows her to recognize words quickly, as well as her sight words. Her overall accuracy is at a great level, and she's very instructional. Do you have any questions?
Not that I can think of.
All right, so in class, what we're doing to work on this is we are doing readers, theaters, and partner reading. I'm sure Eva's told you all about them.
Oh, she has.
They are fun and an engaging way for her to practice her reading and fluency. We are also going to be working on her sight words so that she can recognize her words faster while she's reading. How often do you guys read at home?
We try to read a book every night, but sometimes we miss a night or two just because work duties are so difficult.
Yes, I understand completely. Perfect. Have you ever noticed her struggling with reading at home?
She reads very slowly, but she gets through the books. It just takes her some time.
Okay, perfect. So one thing that you could do to help at home is obviously read a lot, so you can't really read more, but you could have her practice reading to you, and you could take turns reading the book as well. That way she's seeing your fluency and you're kind of modeling for her. So another thing I wanted to bring up is Eva is doing great in math as well as science. She loves to solve problems using creative solutions. She's always eager to get started during her center time. One thing I'm concerned about with Eva is her comprehension levels. We use a test called the BRI to measure comprehension. She reads a passage and we ask her some questions about it. She seems to struggle with this a little bit. She can answer some of the factual questions, but doesn't always know how to search through the text to find the answers. She also struggles a bit with inferring. So we want her to be at about an 80%, but she's only been hitting about 50 to 65%. So at school, we are trying to improve this. We have been using small group time with her to focus on pulling answers directly out of the text. So typically we'll read a book, we ask her a few questions, and then I personally model how I would think about it. So for example, I would say, oh, I remember reading about this. This is on the page where the man takes his trip. And then I go back through the book and I show her that page and we try to pull the information out of the text. Have you noticed a struggle with comprehension at home at all?
Yeah, when we're reading stories, I think she gets distracted or confused about the story, and then she just loses interest. So when we're talking about her, I ask her questions about what just happened. She doesn't really understand them.
Okay. So you guys do talk about the book she's reading frequently?
Yes.
Alright, so one thing you could try to do at home would be to ask her questions frequently, like you're already doing. And you can also, like we were talking about in school, you can model what happened in the story. So you can say, oh, I remember this happening on this page, and then you can go back and show her. And another great thing is to reread with her. Sometimes rereading scares them a little bit, but it's a great strategy, and if she doesn't understand, it's okay to let her know that we can go back and reread. So the third test that I wanted to talk about was a little concerning for me. It was a DSA testing we did, so this is a developmental spelling test. So it tells where Eva stands on her spelling and also understanding word patterns. Eva was in the frustrational level and below where she should be for her grade. She did great on the letter name stage, and that's where she relies on prominent sounds represented. So here's an example. As you can see, she focuses on beginning and end sounds mainly,
Okay.
and then the vowels are missing out a little bit, right?
Right.
So our goal is to get her to the within word stage where she's able to focus on the other sounds in the words and include more vowels in her writing. So this will look a little closer to what this looks like. They still have misspelling, but they focus on all the word letters rather than just the beginning and the end.
Understandable.
So in class, we were working on this by playing a lot of phonics games. These help her with recognizing sounds in words and word patterns. We are also encouraging all of the students in the room to write very frequently. Are there any questions you have for me?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, do you guys practice writing at home ever?
We don't practice writing very often. I mean, we've had her write a letter to her grandma once or twice, but that's about it.
Okay, perfect. So one thing I was going to suggest was that you could make cards, because that's something a lot of children enjoy doing, and I know that she likes to be creative. So when she asked for help on a word, you could tell her to say the word slowly and just think through it and tell her to try her best. And then if she gets it wrong, you could always show her on another page how you would write that and how you hear the sounds in the words. Do you have any questions overall?
Not that I can think of. I think you're doing a great job, and I really can see how we're going to get Eva where she's supposed to be.
Awesome. I am so excited to keep working with her and watch her improvement over the next few months. And our next conference will probably take place at the end of the year. And thanks so much again for taking time out of your day.
Not a problem.
Oh no.